Hi students, my name is Ishan Akbar from Civil Engineering Academy. Today I am going to discuss the determination of reactions of a simply spotted beam. Under what conditions we are going to find the reactions of a simply spotted beam that under the effect of gradually varying load. We also call this GVL. The basic purpose of this video lecture is to make you able to calculate the reactions of a simply spotted beam, a beam having a pin support at its one end and a roller support at its other end is known as a simply spotted beam. So we want to calculate the reactions of this beam when this beam is loaded with a UDL. Now the question arises that GVL. The question arises is that what is GVL? What is this GVL? Gradually varying load. This load is such a load which increases from a value of 0 kilonewton per meter to a maximum value of W, or any notation which is used in books of different authors. This load is represented by a triangular formulation which has two parts. One part is the minimum part or zero load point, and the other point is the maximum load point. It is known as W in my context. So this load varies from 0 to a maximum value W. This may be 50, 60, 100, 200, 500, 10,000 something kilonewton per meter or lbs per fit. This may also be in unit of lbs per fit, pounds per fit. So here I am going to discuss kilonewton per meter SI units. So I will discuss this unit kilonewton per meter. This load is actually the gradually varying load. This load may be encountered as a simple form as I have shown it here, or it may be combined with UDL or point load or any other moment load or any other type of the load depending upon the conditions of the questions. So the load is acting from point 0 and it's increasing uniformly to a maximum value. That's why this is known as uniformly increasing load or gradually varying load. The distance from the point where the load intensity was 0 to the distance where the load intensity was maximum is known as the span of the load, and I am denoting it here as small l. This is the span of the load, not the span of the beam. So what is W? L is the span of the load. W is the maximum load in GVL diagram. This is GVL diagram. We have two load points. One is this and second is this. This is zero load point and this is the maximum load point. So it is denoted by W. Then next question arises that how will we convert this this GVL into point load? The procedure is simple. As we can see, this GVL is represented by a triangle diagram. So simply we can calculate the area of this triangle. The area of the triangle is 1/2 of the altitude multiplied by the base. The altitude of the figure is W and base of the figure is L. The altitude is W, mean from the length between these 2 points, this and this. Here the load intensity is 0. Here the load intensity is maximum. So this line is W, it is altitude of the triangle, and this is base of the triangle, load triangle. So altitude multiplied by the base of the triangle gives us the point load. So after calculating the point load, the next question is that where the point load will act. What will be the location of this point load? So suppose this is the triangular formation of GVL. When we convert this W gradually varying load, and we convert it to a point load P, that is equal to 1/2 of W into L. This P will act at how much distance from this point, this zero load point, or from this point. This is maximum load point. So the next question is this, that at how much distance this load will act from zero load point or maximum load point. The answer to this question is very simple, that this point load converted from this GVL will act at a distance of 2/3L from this zero load point, and 1/3L, 1/3 of the span length of the load from the maximum load point. Means that if we calculate the distance from this maximum load point to the point load, then this will be 1/3 of the span length of the load. If we calculate it from here, from zero load point, then the distance from this point to this point where the point load is acting will be equal to 2/3 of the length from point of zero load, or 1/3 length from the point of maximum load. As it can be seen from this figure that this is point of zero load point, this is zero load point, this is maximum load point. When we converted this W GVL into point load, then we don't show this GVL diagram, we only show the P load, that is P. And what will be distance of this P from this point? It will be 2/3 of L from zero load point, and it will be 1/3 of L from maximum load point. So these are technical things when we encounter a UDL on any beam, that may be simply supported cantilever or continuous beam or overhanging beam. But this is the technicality, this is the point, that how we will convert this GVL into point load, and what will be the position of this point load from zero load point and maximum load point. It will be at a distance of 2/3L from this point, zero load point, and it will be at a distance of 1/3L. L here does not mean the length of the beam. Length of the beam may be different, but here small l means the span of the load, the length over which the load is acting. In other words, it means that the point where the load is just zero to the point where the load is at its peak. So I can show you this procedure, this these technical steps, that how we will convert this GVL into point load, and how will we locate this GVL on the beam span, and in the final step we will calculate the reactions of a simply supported beam affected by this GVL. So let's go with the example, and I will explain everything again which I described in the theory. So in the first case, we are given a beam whose total length is 15 meter, 5 meter of this span, 5 meter of this span, and 5 meter of this span. So the total length of the beam, capital L, is 15 meter. We have 2 points of the beam, 2 end points. One point is A point and the second point is B point. A point is provided with the pin support and B point is provided with the roller support.